some people would be like, oh, I want Teo in my bed or something. Hello everyone, it's Luli, and today I'm going to be talking about the mobile otome game called the SSUM. But before I start, note that I will be talking about, the gameplay kind of and things that happened up until the 30-day point of this game. So if you don't want to know anything and you want to play it yourself, then I would quickly move on. But anyway, let me start. So first up, what is the SSUM? For those who don't know, the SSUM is this game. It's by the same people who made Mystic Messenger. And it's basically you are matched up with this boy called Teo, and you end up, for some reason or another, messaging him back and forward. So it's like, in terms of an otome game, it's like a unique messaging system where you message them, they message back, and you text them and all of this. And you have like kind of a completion on how much, like if you finish that texting session, then your like completion is like 100%, whereas if you're like me and you miss every single morning one, then the morning one will say 0%. But in this video, basically I'll be talking about my experience up to the 30-day point, and note that this game doesn't only have this texting feature, it has all these other bits and pieces. I've actually got some of them listed here, but basically the screen almost looks as if you've got a different phone with like apps of your own. And not only do you text Teo, but you also have like this incubator thing where you gain essences from different things, like whether it be talking to Teo or like as a reward or whatever, and you incubate those like little orbs. I don't know what they're called, but they're like little colorful orbs, and when you incubate them, they turn into essences, whether it be like these little smiley faces or like a microphone or like a little wing, but all the different colors result in different essences. And sometimes you get like these little gift things that are, I guess, collectibles. And so it's interesting. Initially I didn't really know what was going on. Like, if you haven't watched it, then maybe you can watch my I played it for 7 days video for a giggle, because at that point I had no idea what the hell was going on. I didn't even know you could find other planets. Which, by the way, if you incubate these little orbs, if you incubate enough of a certain color and you get enough of certain essences, you encounter these planets, which allow you to do different activities. So it's not only a texting feature with Teo, you've also got these little planets. And I'm not gonna lie, like, my friend and I were talking, and on my Discord as well, we're all like, is Teo an alien? Because like it's all universe and all stuff that I still don't really understand entirely. But let me go through all the planets for your understanding. The very first one you unlock is called City of Free Men, and it's this really big white planet. It essentially works as sort of like a forum, and they call every day you can answer a today's free study, and it will be someone basically asking a question. It'll be something silly like, oh, what's your favorite otome game love interest, or if you could cook any recipe, what would it be? Or like, it would just be some question that someone's come across. And note that you can spend essences and ask a question too, if you'd like, and see all the responses. But once a day you would basically post. Now, I would do it basically because you get XP for answering and participating in these little activities. And so if, let's say, I answer one of today's free studies or whatever, the XP of that planet will go up, and it then levels up and you get like energy or whatever. So to be honest, sometimes I just put like, I don't know, something just to get the XP, which is a bit cheeky of me, but... Now, next one is Root of Desire, which was a red planet. Now, this one was towards the end of my 30-day of the SSUM journey, but I think it was very much you post about things you really want, like desires. So some people would be like, oh, I want Teo in my bed or something. There would be some really imaginative answers that I read, which made me laugh. That's probably why it had like an age limit of like, I don't know, 16 or something. I don't know what the age limit was, but I was like, when I opened it first, I was like, what's this? I mean, there were also lots of innocent ones as well, like I want more friends, or I wish I could find a boyfriend, or I wish I could find a girlfriend, or whatever. But there were some interesting ones. Now, another one was called Canals of Sensitivity. This was an orange planet. This you can basically, it's good for writers in the sense that you could like write, I think up to 10,000 characters or something. I don't know why you would want to do that on your phone, but like you could. And then you write it and people would either like comment and rate it, or, you know, give you little like likes and stuff to show some support. And it would just be quite nice. I personally only posted once. I was more of a, I guess, reader, because you can also read other people's entries and stuff as well. So it was fun in that sense. This one's my absolute favorite. It's called Mountains of Wandering Humor. It was a yellow planet, and basically you could use your essences to post a joke, which I posted a couple myself, ones that I stole from my stepfather because he's always cracking dad jokes. And essentially you can rate other people's jokes. You can post your own jokes, but you can also rate other people's jokes, and you can either like applaud them or give them a gift or like trash it or burn it. And it was quite fun. You have to use essences to do that as well. But I was quite proud of, you know, my stolen from my stepfather dad jokes, because they got quite a lot of attention. I was, you know, yeah. But yeah, so that's the Mountains of Wandering Humor, and probably my favorite planet, to be honest. Then you got the green one called Milky Way of Gratitude. I think this was nice in that it was there so that you could post the things that you were grateful for. So once a day you would post things that you were happy about. You know, it could even be something simple like thank you for the coffee shop near me, it really helps me every day, or thank you for this game, I really enjoy it. It can be something really simple, but I think it was good in that whenever I post something, I was like, you know what, I'm actually like, I'm pretty happy. Like, I've got all these things to be grateful of. So it put you in a really positive mindset. So I think in that sense, it was really good. And that's probably my second favorite one, actually. Then you had Bamboo Forest of Troubles. This was a forum planet where you would relieve stress by complaining about stuff. And it, you know, I didn't really use it because I'm not really one to read people's complaints, but they were usually like things that are like, oh, I'm fed up with my family, or because they keep on telling me off, or like it'll be silly complaints. I personally didn't use it. I think I posted once complaining about, I don't know, I can't remember what it was, but yeah, just the XP, but it just wasn't really my cup of tea, so I didn't really end up using that planet much, which I guess it didn't help that this was towards the end of my 30-day journey. Then you had Archive of Terran Info, just post facts that you know. So basically it would be a planet where once a day you could post a fact. It could literally be something like when people say tell me a fact, I always don't know what to say. Okay, I could post something like a manhole is a circle, so that when men need to put it onto, you know, the hole, they can roll it as opposed to carry it. Like, it's something silly like that, and you read it and go, you don't know how true it is, but like, interesting. And then I think, oh yeah, you also had Archive of Sentences, which I thought was like probably the most pointless planet, because it was literally, people would post a quote from someone or a sentence, and you'd be like, cool. So that was that planet, and as you can guess, I didn't really use it. I was like, I'm okay. Now, moving on to the conversation with Teo. So aside from those planets, which were really like somewhat fun, the conversation with Teo, so everyone around me was starting to show a difference in attitude towards Teo from like the 14-day mark onwards, and I was really curious what's so good about him when, you know, day 14 arrives. And basically, he, I guess, becomes more loving because he confesses his feelings for you, and you kind of become boyfriend and girlfriend almost. And it was cute, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't like a lot of otome games where I'm like, if you know what I mean, because a lot of otome games I'd be like, but with this I was like, okay, cool. So it didn't really quite bring out the emotion as it would with a lot of other otome games I've played. And from then onwards to the 30th day, like, I wanted there to be more. Like, I understand it's supposed to be like a slice of life sort of game, but I guess in Mystic Messenger, the thing is, it was enjoyable because you saw the interactions between all the different characters, but you couldn't have that in this because it's just Teo. It's not like a group chat. You've just literally got Teo talking to himself, really, because I wasn't very good at replying. Like, every now and then I'd reply, but okay, put it this way. You can go to your completion and see how much you've spoken to Teo in each of those, like, little categories, because you had, like, wake up chat, breakfast chat, lunch chat, dinner chat, and bedtime chat or something, and however much you spoke to him during that time slot would show as a percentage of, like, completion. And mine would be like 60 to 80% with the occasional 100 when I was really bored. And they would all be from lunchtime onwards because I'm sorry, Teo, but I'm not a morning person. And, you know, bless him, he tried. He sent like a billion messages saying, wake up, Peach, wake up, wake up. And I was like, I don't want to talk to anyone at 9 a.m., let alone an AI. So, like, yeah, all my morning chats were like 0% completion. The thing is, I think the issue is that there was no real plot, and I get that it's slice of life, but even games like Variable Barricade, there is a plot, you know, like, yeah, they live together and you see their interactions, but at least you see like their backstory or something happens in their life. But in Teo's case, it starts off with him being in hospital because something happened, like an accident happened or something, and that first bit is you listening to him ramble on about how he wants to become a film director, and just listening to his ideas. And then he leaves hospital, and then it's like he talks to his professor, or like he's working part-time or looking for a job, or like, honestly, all the chats were things like, hey Peach, today I worked at the supermarket. These oranges, they really sold. These though, not so much. And you're like, wow, that's so interesting. And then it would be, oh, I applied for jobs. This is my CV. And you look at it and it's a like meh, and you reply like, I think you can do better. And he's like, you think? And then next it's like, oh, look at all the offers I got. I'm going to read them. And you're like, okay. And then like however many minutes later, you get a picture saying, never mind. They were all, all spam messages. And you're like, oh, okay. And the conversation would be like that. And then I think he would like babysat or dog sat or something. He was talking about babies. And I don't know. It just... nothing happened. Like, I thought by day 30 something would happen, if you know what I mean. Like, I thought, I just thought there would be more plot. And I understand it's supposed to be like real life or whatever, where you get to know Teo and you feel close to him and all this, but it just didn't really, especially since you've got answers, like you've got 2 or 3 answers selected for you, and then you have to pay for certain answers anyway. It doesn't feel like you're having a conversation. It just feels like you're reading his messages and occasionally inputting like whatever you say, but it doesn't feel like yourself either, because they're already like chosen for you. Like you've got 2 or maybe 3 to answer from. So I get what they were trying to go for, but it didn't really work for me. I did just feel like reading someone's diary, but not like a juicy, interesting diary, but like a diary where they just talk about their daily normal life. The kind of diary that I'd read like 2-3 pages and be like, okay, I'm done. And I understand that this is my, like, I understand that other people who probably enjoy this game, you know, like, this is just my opinion, and who knows, I'm sure there are people out there who adore this game and are probably like really sad that, you know, or upset with me for saying all these things about the game that they absolutely adore, but like, it just wasn't for me. I think I care too much about, you know, there being a story, and normally when I play otome games, like on mobile or whatever, like there will be definitely an urge to spend some money so that I can read more, or like I can remove ads or whatever. Like there is that urge, but like with this, whenever there was an ad popping up, I was like, oh yeah, we go, have to wait 5 seconds, or like there would be literally no urge for me to spend money, even though like normally it's like a given. So that kind of said it all. And yeah, I'd probably give it a 2 out of 5 maybe. You know, I think the planets were fun too, but by the end there were so many. I think it was entertaining when there were like 3 planets because I could keep up. But once there were so many of them, I just felt a bit overwhelmed. Like there was just too much going on and I couldn't keep up, and then I just ended up giving up. So that's why I'm really sorry, the SSUM and Cheritz, but I'm afraid I have now deleted your app and have moved on. I'm so sorry. And I'm, you know, I'm sure there are people out there who really like this game. And if you are one of those people, please do comment below, because I'd like to know why you like this app so much. And I obviously don't want my opinions making other people not even download this game. Like, I want them to also see what other people feel, like whether people like it or not. And you know, if there are any comments where like people are saying the positives of it, who knows, like people might download it and be like, oh my god, I love this game. So yeah, if you like this game, if you like the SSUM, please do comment below and explain why you like the game. And who knows, maybe I'll understand and re-download it. It's you know, it's one of those things. But I am still convinced that Teo is an alien that we just don't know about. Like, I mean, he sent selfies and stuff, but how do you know that's him? Like, that could be his friend. Oh, conspiracy. I don't know. But anyway, as is always the case, thank you very much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content, and hopefully I will see you in another one of my videos or streams. Bye!